guys already heard that we did the anthem of 2020, Primal Energy.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah, we said it in the interview at the release of Q-Dance. Finally.
Took us 15 years
15
to get
years.
asked for this great honor. And yeah, we're so happy.
Yeah, so happy. But I think it was the right moment for us.
Yeah. I think years before, when we had like our first peak, it was also a good moment to do it. But I think now we're even stronger than ever and also more mature in making music. So,
I think so, yeah.
I
think another time period would be like the 2009 ish kind of period. That was the time that everybody said, "Yeah, you guys have to do it." But yeah, things went a little different.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy that we didn't do it back then.
I mean, you can read by all the responses online that people were actually craving or expecting us to do the anthem. So, I mean, then it's your time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, thanks everybody for
for giving us the credits. For giving us the credits to have the honor of doing the DEFQON.1 anthem, because it is an honor, of course.
Yeah, I think it's still the biggest honor you can have as an hardstyle artist. You have Climax anthem and DEFQON anthem.
Yeah, but DEFQON is like the motherland of hardstyle, like the festival of all festivals. Yeah. So yeah, definitely we were really excited. Let's dig into the production and all the questions you guys sent to us. We received a lot, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
First of all, we want to start off with giving you the opportunity to win some DEFQON.1 merchandise. We put some merchandise here. For the people who are listening or watching live, you can leave your comments below after the podcast is done, because you have to put your comment into the comment section on YouTube. And everybody else who is listening after we uploaded it, you can post your comments on YouTube in the comments.
And why do you want to win this awesome DEFQON merch?
Yeah, or what do you think of the anthem? You can leave something cool. Yeah. And then we will pick a couple of you guys to win some of these DEFQON.1 merchandise.
Yeah, there's some hoodies and there's some shorts.
We'll probably figure out something else, something exciting to give away as well.
Yeah, there's always. So leave your comment below. And DEFQON anthem. Wow, it was a project.
It was definitely cool to work on.
It's always, I think we talked about it, of course, so many times, but we're never nervous, or maybe it's nervous isn't the right word, but you got a little excitement when that shit gets out, you know? It's always when you release a track or a track comes out, you're always like, you've got a little bit of excitement, but with the DEFQON anthem, it feels different.
It is different, of course, because like normally when you release a song, it will reach your fans and some people outside of your fan base.
Yeah.
But DEFQON.1 is so much more than just our fan base. Like, it's a lifestyle. People have tattoos of DEFQON. People are craving DEFQON for a year, and to capture their feelings and from all these different scenes, because DEFQON has so much more to offer than just the main stage. I mean, it's like 12 or 15 different stages, different music. So it's always a hard task to please everyone.
Yeah, it's
in an anthem.
Almost impossible to please everybody. And but the thing is, when we sat down and when did we hear it?
I think it was the end of October.
October, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when we got asked, and of course we were so happy. We're like, oh shit, yeah. But then again, it's like, all right, DEFQON anthem. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of questions about it as well. So but now we in this track the theme was primal energy, and we had our first meeting in October. No,
I
later.
think that was in December.
December, already. Yeah, we had the first meeting in the office, and it's just February now, so. We made it pretty fast, actually, the anthem. But we heard it in October. So back then, and we were already really busy with the preparation for Climax back then, because we always want to have new music on Climax. And we had so many new tracks, which we played on DEFQON already last year. Some of those tracks we didn't plan to play because...
a lot went wrong last year.
But
fortunately enough, we get the chance to make that right this year because on this DEFCON we will be playing at the Gathering, the first set. So we're gonna welcome everyone to the holy grounds of DEFCON this year, and we will be closing up the Sunday Gathering, last set of the weekend. So we're actually opening and closing this year's DEFCON, and that's already such an honor and actually a dream as well. We read some comments of people that said, "Oh, it's so strange that the anthem makers are not closing the Saturday," but to us it was way more special to do it like this, to welcome everyone as DBLOOK and Estefan on Friday, and to close things off with Ghost Stories on the Sunday. I mean, I think we couldn't ask for better time slots than these.
And as well for Ghost Stories, because on the Saturday, the biggest thing, you have two really big things on the Saturday. It's the Power Hour. That's everybody is there. The whole festival is kind of empty. Everybody is at the main stage for Power Hour. And of course, the end show. But the end show on Saturday takes for about half an hour, I think, with all the fireworks and all. So the only spot you can have on Saturday when the sun is a little bit down and you have fireworks, there is no spot.
There's the end show.
Yes, there's the end show. And on Sunday, you have like a really small end show, only like 3 tracks or 2 tracks. So when we got asked to do Ghost Stories, and they said, we want you guys to close it on the Sunday. We said, that's even better because it's already kind of dark. So we have a lot of show, we got fireworks, and also for the vibe of Ghost Stories, we're going to transform everything into a haunted area.
The haunted grounds.
The haunted grounds. Instead of the holy grounds. So that's going to be really, really fun. Really looking forward for that one. And and opening the Gathering. I mean, last year, we didn't really witness it on that moment, but it was one of the craziest experience ever for us as an artist.
I think these are the slots that will give us the best opportunity to serve you guys for this year's edition. And we're already working really, really hard because a lot of people also ask us questions like, is there going to be new Ghost Stories? Of course, there's going to be new Ghost Stories.
Of course.
We're working hard in the studio together with Evelyn to make that show so special. I think although a lot of people got to know the name of Ghost Stories last year, not many people already saw it. And some people don't even know what to expect of it. So it's also maybe cool to tell the people a little bit about what Ghost Stories is. And
it started with Angels and Demons, just a track we made. And we want to make a sequel with Twilight Zone. And we thought, this works really, really well. And it's obviously Evelyn who sings all the songs. And we thought, we can do like a half an hour live act together with Evelyn to really transform every stage into a haunted place and to give you some live experience, like a real live act, not just tracks on your laptop, edits and all. No, just a real live act with visuals and everything. So we really want to take you guys on a journey, a spooky haunted journey with us. And I think also the theme fits really well in HARDSTYLE. Like it's kind of mysterious, dark, spooky, haunted. That's, I think, the perfect combination for HARDSTYLE.
And also a cool way for us to showcase all the talents of your sister. She's an amazing singer, amazing performer, and we really wanted to do something special with that. So that's why we created Ghost Stories, a live act experience, way different than a DBLOOK and Estefan set. Although we play a lot of Ghost Story songs in our set, but it's uncomparable. I mean, everything is so well fitted together. Everything works together. The visuals, the live singing, the tracks, everything is synced to perfection almost. And we just can't wait to do that on a big event like DEFCON, because we did many big shows and it's actually exclusive to big shows as well. It's not like that that we do it in every club or in every normal stage or festival. It's actually only and exclusively for the bigger events, the best time slots to create something really unique.
Yeah.
And what's bigger than closing the Sunday on DEFCON with 65,000 people?
It's gonna be special, and we're already working on the live act.
Yeah, we got so many surprises, so many cool things, remixes, edits, collaborations coming up for Ghost Stories as well on this Sunday. So it's gonna be really special.
Yeah.
Besides that, of course, the gathering set. Yeah, we want to do as many as we can to create similar vibes as last year, because last year was quite a thing.
Yeah, it was quite a thing. Yeah, and it's funny for people like, are you already working on DEFCON? Yeah, because our schedule for the next coming months is insane. We we talked about it last week, and we said to each other, all right, well, DEFCON is far away, the live act, and we want to have new tracks and all. Then we looked at our schedule, and we're like, all right, in the month of April, all right, we're like 5 days at home. So we have 5 days in 1 month to work on tracks. The whole month of May, almost none.
Yeah, we're quite on the road.
Yeah.
Although we have to see what's gonna happen, because some of the shows are in Asia, and due to the coronavirus, some shows might get canceled.
I'm kind of worried about that. Not in a of course for your health, but not really like that. I'm not scared for my health in any means. I'm not afraid or something, but I'm more concerned about, because we already when we were in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we were in Malaysia.
And we canceled 2 shows in China, of course, because we didn't we weren't allowed to go there, and the clubs were closed anyways, so we had to close that one. But we already got a lot of shows in the next coming 6 months that the promoter already is telling, like, I don't know what happens.
And besides Asia, it's in Europe now as well. Yeah. So let's hope and pray it doesn't set through, and maybe even get to the point where we have to cancel festivals or something. That would be really weird.
Yeah, that would be really, really weird. Never happened before.
Yeah, but
except for weather conditions. But can you imagine, like, I'm sorry, we can't do, because there are some villages in Italy now there.
Yeah, but also in Germany and I saw something in Paris as well. So
if they're gonna close down, they say no festivals allowed for summer. Like, oh shit, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, that
like
would be...
first time DEFCON anthem, and we're like, oh, I'm sorry.
That would be scary.
Terrible. So that's a little bit of a concern, but then we have to do some kind of MUSICMADEADDICTZ live stream, and you guys gonna see us play over here or something. We gotta work something out or something.
Yeah, let's hope it won't go that far, and that they'll find a cure to the virus or a stop to the virus. That will be.
Hopefully they can contain the outcome. I'm a little bit worried about that, but we'll see. What can you do? We can do nothing.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to answer some of you guys' questions, because we can talk a lot about the anthem, but maybe it's more specific to focus on the questions of you guys, because you send in many.
Yeah, many.
Take it away, Rens.
Yeah.
So Yannick had the question. You made an anthem for almost every big event. Was DEFCON still a goal, as it being DEFCON, of course?
Yes, for sure. Like we said there, we did so many anthems for different festivals, but DEFCON is the biggest, the motherland of all festivals. It's the motherland of hardstyle. It's, for the harder styles, I must say. But I still think that it's the biggest festival to make an anthem for. And it's... Either way, when we heard it, we always going into the studio not with some kind of expectations, because we want to have creative freedom in the studio, and we're just gonna make music, and whatever happens, happens. But still, for DEFCON anthem, you got to do something, which suits the festival.
You do that for every festival, of course. But I think the best way you can describe it is that it's an honor for every festival, but the amount of buzz that is created on social media, the amount of messages we get, that's uncomparable. There's no festival or event where you get these amount of messages on an anthem. We've got literally thousands and thousands of private messages of people giving their opinion about the anthem or giving their opinion about us making the anthem, but just the amount of craziness that goes on once that's announced, I think we never experienced that with another anthem.
No.
And that also tells how big DEFCON 1 is and how much the people look forward to this festival.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You can already tell when you're at DEFCON and on the Friday on the gathering, you see the people at the fences waiting to get into the festival from the camping. I mean, that same energy, that same eagerness, you can tell already by all the messages we got.
A little, some butterflies in your stomach when you think about DEFCON.
Yeah, and for us, that's the same. You know, like the same butterflies you get while entering the festival is the same feeling we try to implement in our song, but also got when they called us to do the anthem.
I think also what makes it a little bit different is, well, everybody goes to DEFCON. If you're a hardstyle lover, if it's in your possibilities, you will go to DEFCON 1. So an anthem for DEFCON 1 is kind of an anthem for every hardstyle lover out there. It's an anthem for this year of hardstyle. So that's what makes it so. That's why everybody is so passionate about an anthem for DEFCON. If you make an anthem for another festival, it's like, oh yeah, cool, but I would definitely expect something for a DEFCON anthem, you know? So it's
it almost overgrows the scene. Like even people that don't really go to hardstyle events have been witnessing DEFCON or know about the end show or about the power hour. So yeah, DEFCON is just a really big brand to work on as an anthem maker.
Yeah. It's
which
almost
makes it
like
more special.
The DEFCON outgrows Q-Dance almost.
Yeah.
Like an event.
So yeah, for us it was really, really special, and we were humbled to to be this year's anthem makers.
Yeah, for sure.
So Lisa asked, did you already expect that you would be asked?
No. Well, it's you're always hoping that you're. Of course, we had a really good year last year, and we did so many cool things, and there are so many DJs who already done the anthem, you know. So it's the possibility grows when you're really popular, and you have a lot of tracks also in the end shows of last year and the year before. So, and we got a really good relationship with Q-Dance as well. So we work together really fine. So it's always easy, straightforward, and it works fine. And we didn't expect it, you know, but we were kind of hoping for it, you know.
It was also cool when we had them on the phone the first time when they asked us to do the anthem. They already said to us,
when was that?
When?
That moment,
how it was or when it was?
When
it was in October.
Yeah, October.
Yeah.
We were in the studio, I think.
Yeah, and they also said to us like, okay, for this year's anthem, we going back to one artist, because it was also last year it was 3 artists.
Yeah.
We also kind of told them that if it was gonna be with 3 artists, it wouldn't be something for us, because after all these years and DEFCON is so big, and the focus on one artist is so much more than when you have to divide that in 3 artists.
Yeah.
So after all these years, if they would ask us for an anthem, then it should be only a DBSTF anthem, and we would want to have full control on doing the anthem and make it our own. And then they also said to us like, we thought about maybe doing it with 2 artists, and also thought about like going into the newer generation with names.
Yeah.
But besides our popularity and all the things that we've done and the Impact anthem we've done, they also watched our set at Impact and saw the amount of people coming towards the stage when we played, the amount of craziness from the people. They saw how DBSTF infected the people with happiness and positivity. And they said, after that, we just knew that we had to do it with you guys. So it's also a compliment to you guys.
Yeah.
like coming to our shows and rocking the stage together with us, because Q-Dance saw that and thought like, okay, we have to do it with D Block, and that's fun. So
you
that's
guys
also
convinced them.
yeah. So that's actually really important for us as well.
Yeah,
and also for Q-Dance just to see what the fans of the festivals and the people at their parties love. They'll keep that in mind by making these decisions. So yeah, all the credits to you guys as well.
Yeah, you guys have a vote.
Yeah.
So you can comment on everything and they will know. Especially at a festival. I think that's the best, or at a party or at a show. That's the best thing to measure popularity or a track. If a track is good, we talked about it on many podcasts. Of course, some tracks you listen to it at home. Some tracks are really dance floor minded, but
if it works for both,
it's the best.
Yeah, and if the people come to your stage, like sometimes
right.
you see a half empty stage, and then when a DJ rocks up, you'll see the people drawing towards the stage. Then you know that this guy is doing something to the crowd.
They really want to see you guys.
Yeah. And I think that's a good measurement to figure out where the popularity is and who's doing a good job. And apparently they saw that we draw a lot of people to the stage, and they thought like, okay, we have to do this with them.
Yeah, it was such a special moment. It was on Skype, that we had two guys from Q-Dance, and they were like, how's everything? And we were like, oh shit, what's this? We were like, yeah, what's happening? We were like, and they told the story, and like, so we want to do it with you guys. It's like Oprah saying, yeah,
you get a car.
You won, or Weekend Millionaire. So like, you're like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, and then the reality kicks in like, oh, we have a big task to do. Like, so many people, so many opinions. Let's rock this anthem.
Yeah. So, maybe it's a fun way to tell people how we really started it. And the anthem.
Yeah, because that's also a lot of people's question. Like, okay, how much time do you take to make this anthem? How do you start?
The process go?
How's the process going?
Yeah, the process. Well, let's start at the beginning. Yeah, the beginning is you got asked by Q-Dance, and then there wasn't a theme yet.
No, I think we got the theme in December.
Yeah.
And we also said to them in October, like, listen, we're really busy with Climax. Yeah. After Climax, let's have a meeting.
Yeah.
And we'll prepare some stuff to see which direction we're going.
Yeah. So after Climax, I think we had a couple of days off just to unwind a bit. But after 2 days, we're like, we're going back to the studio because we're going to work on the DEFQON anthem. And we always go on holidays during January. So we thought, we have to do it before the end of December. We want to have something. So we had 1 month after Climax, basically. So, there was a kind of a pressure because they always do the release at February. Yeah. It was last week. Yeah. So, but they have to edit the release. So they have to have the anthem, or at least a part of the anthem, 2 weeks before the release, because then they shot all the footage and they have to edit it. So, and
the release of the lineup.
Yeah. The release of the lineup. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
The release.
Yeah. And we're on holiday during January. So we had to finish it in, the end of December. So it's like 1 month
without a team.
Without a team. Yeah. So we started, and we're quite. I think we work pretty fast in the studio. We started out making melodies and making different kinds of. I think we had 4.
Yeah, it was pretty similar as the way we started for the Impact Anthem. I think we have a vision about where we want to go. But of course, there's also Q-Dance. And a lot of people asked us as well, like, is Q-Dance that involved? They used to be, or at least they are at many of the anthems. But for Impact and also for this DEFQON anthem, we pretty much did the anthems ourselves. Yeah. Apart from some of the vocal parts.
Yeah.
So the first thing we do is like we create 3 or 4 bass parts where we have like a melody and a feeling, a vibe.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Q-Dance and say, okay, listen, this is our idea of the festival, where it has to go, where we want to go with the anthem. Pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
basically that's it, because I think it works really well, because it's not only our anthem, but it's also the anthem of their event.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you come together and pick one of the vibes or one of the melodies, so everyone has the same point of direction. When we just create one melody and we say like, okay, this is it, then you have the chance that they maybe don't feel it that much, or maybe feel that it had to go into another direction. And now by making them part of the decision, you can really go all together for the same melody. And I think that gives us certain feeling like, okay,
a family feeling.
Yeah, this is gonna be it. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
So,
and a funny fact is, we did the same with Impact. We made 4 melodies, and the other melodies were Hardest State of Mind and
Feel Inside. So the melodies that weren't chosen are still good enough, but different.
There were 2 other melodies that they really, really liked, and they said, "Wow, this is gonna be a really big hit." But it's more like just a DBSTF song. It's more like a really hyped up energy. Yeah, also party feeling, but not really anthem, because they really want to have the anthem. You have to sing it along, memorize it pretty easy, and it's kind of have to have that.
Yeah.
So then we had the 4 melodies, and they really were in doubt between two melodies, and we said, well, pick your favorite. It was fun. They were doubting, but they had a kind of a favorite, and we had a favorite as well. It's the melody that's out now. Luckily, it would be fun if you say, "Yeah, we wanted to have the other one." No, but this was our favorite, and then Joshua came in. GDX, yeah. And for those who don't know, Joshua GDX is a guy who makes basically
the shows. He's the one that did Live the Moment.
Yeah, Live the Moment, of course, the number 1 of all time. HARDSTYLE song. Congrats, by the way. And he makes a lot of intros, sounds, but also signature sounds for anthems and all.
Especially for DEFQON. And it was also involved, I think, in the last couple of years for all the anthems.
For every anthem. So he writes chords or feelings or sounds. Except for this one. I think we were the first one. Or maybe Randy. I don't have a clue about others, but we were kind of the first one who didn't. We did everything ourselves. And it's not that we didn't want it, but we just made it. And he said, yeah, I don't hear anything I can do. Basically, I think it's kind of fine like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he came into the room, and then we just showed the melodies again, and he said, "Okay, it has to be this one." So then we were all on the same line, and we decided to work from there. So the melody was the first part that we had. Why did we choose, or why did we make this melody? Because some reactions of people were also like, "Okay, the first melody sounds kind of simple, and then the second melody is really out there, euphoric and crazy." It's also a choice. The first melody is really easy listening, and it sounds easy. It's not actually that easy, but it sounds really easy. It's easy to sing along to it. And many people that we showed the melody for the first time, we were singing the melody for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
And I think that gives a really big anthem feeling. Like if everyone has the need to sing along to it and everyone can sing along to it, then that gives the ultimate get-together vibe that a festival and an anthem for a festival need. And the second part of the melody, we put like a lot more emotion to it, because DEFQON also builds up to, like, for example, our mid-intro part refers to the Friday where everybody is letting go of all their energy that they saved up for the year. Then the Saturday gives you that really crazy feeling of get together, like the power hour where literally everyone on the Saturday is on the main stage, and it's the same for the end show. And then that Sunday feeling where you know it's almost over and you almost want to cry of happiness of living that moment, but also cry how sad you are that the party is almost to an end. and that was really something we wanted to capture in the whole anthem. So that's why it's more or less 3 parts.
Yeah.
Where different feelings come up.
Yeah, we want to translate DEFCON 1 as a festival into one track. So it's also a pretty long anthem in that way. More than 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes for just a radio edit.
For a radio edit. So that's
not very common anymore.
No, exactly. So that's very unique in hardstyle nowadays. So that was pretty cool. And of course, we implemented some show elements. But we didn't want to have like a really, really long break.
No.
That's most of the times that's the case with an anthem, because it's pretty cool if you're at that festival itself during the end show and there's like, whoa, a lot of crazy effects and drums and and all. But if you play it, we're like, we're more energy guys, so...
Yeah, and we wanted to challenge ourselves as well to create these same feelings and moments where you can like program an end show on, but without making it like really slow and like a normal anthem, So that's why we created some really cool elements that still give you the opportunity to go crazy on fireworks or pyro or light show or whatever, but still make it cool to play it out on a normal party and still have a good vibe.
Yeah, it's cute and part of it, yes, indeed, because we made kind of we worked with the melody and we made the whole mid intro, and when we decided to do that melody, then we heard the theme for the first time. But they said, the theme is going to be primal. We're like, all right, primal.
Primal what?
Primal what? Instinct? They're like, no, primal. Primal, that's the thing. I like that the primal feeling of you that builds DEFCON. And we're like, all right, but it doesn't sound really catchy or something.
And it says a lot, but also not much.
Yeah.
Like, okay, primal, okay, but primal what? And then after that meeting, we heard that they edited the theme to primal energy, and that gives it a lot more.
Yeah, that's the feeling you get when you're at DEFCON, that primal energy. That's the last day, the Sunday, that everybody is so messed up from from day 1 and 2. But that Sunday, it's where the energy, everybody is fucked up from the whole weekend. And after that, you're like, oh, we're going to do this together. We're going to give that primal energy and have the Sunday fun day. It's like...
Yeah, but it's not just about the Sunday, like the Friday as well. Like almost as a medieval monster, you just want to scream and go crazy on the Friday and go to the gathering. And on the power hour, you'll just act like a beast and go crazy all day long or all hour long. And the end show, it brings such a
it activates your
such a crazy feeling from something you almost don't know that it's in you.
No.
And that feeling is what they wanted to light out for this year's theme and also in the anthem.
Yeah. But it was kind of difficult to implement that in the anthem, because if you're, for example, the years before, it was like one tribe, weekend warriors. If you think about that theme, you're like, you instantly hear ooh ha or worries or sounds like people
like
fighting,
blades or anything. Yeah.
So, but if you think about primal energy, like what kind of sound? Is
apart from the sounds that we make and use to create a energy in our music.
Yeah, but it's not like you have one signature sound that really describes primal energy. So that was kind of challenging to implement that theme into the anthem, but we tried to do that with the mid intro, basically to have like a strange bouncy kick that brings, and after that the second part of the mid intro a little bit harder to really
faster rhythm.
To really give that primal energy feeling going, and that's more the way we try to implement that theme really into
And also one of the reasons why, because in the release of DEFCON, we talked about giving a preview of the anthem, but we pretty much put in the whole anthem because, like, it's almost like going to a 2-star restaurant and like order a 9-course meal and then only light out one part of the meal. You know, I mean, it's a whole adventure. It's our way to describe the 3 days of DEFCON into one anthem. And to just take a short preview out of that wouldn't do the song any justice. So that's why we said to Q-Dance, let's just put the whole anthem in and give the people already the whole 9-course of the meal instead of just one part of the...
and today, already the video clip will be premiered.
Yes. Today at 2020. They have something with 20.
Yeah.
I wish I was 20 still.
And Friday, the track will be out on all portals.
Yeah. So tonight it's
quite fast.
Yeah,
within a week after the first.
I think
preview.
Arguably this is our fastest release ever.
Yeah. So you guys bitched about all our tracks that's coming out.
Everything is taking too long, but this one you can't complain.
You can have it. No, just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
No, it's cool to release release something out of the blind, but I think with this song, it's possible because the brand of DEFCON and everything is already so big. So it doesn't need a long build up to release a song like this.
No, it's pretty fun too. People can really remember and know the song before the event. And I think that's also when you can play the event or play the anthem at the event itself, people will know the song and they can sing along, you know. And I think it adds a little bit of extra flavor to a track.
Yeah.
So same goes for example, Darkest Hour. When we played for the first time at Climax with Sub-Zero, it was a really amazing moment. But I think after DEFCON, when it was in the end show of the Sunday, it went to another level. When people were singing along TikTok and the melody, it adds, a little bit of more feeling to the track.
There's just multiple layers to a song, and then you know sometimes it just keeps on growing. And for example, Darkest Hour has had that.
Yeah.
And with the DEFCON anthem, I really feel like okay, we now start playing it. The people can listen to it. It's still 4 months, so they can really build up to that moment of going to DEFCON 1, and then I think when the anthem will be played by us on the Friday or on the Saturday end show, that people will have the feeling that we want to give them with the anthem. So that's cool. A cool way to do it.
It's so fun. I'm so looking forward to play an anthem of the festival at the festival itself. You know, it's always a special feeling. Can't wait.
And it's also only once in a lifetime because next year there will be another anthem, and of course you will play it, but it's not the same anymore as the year before. So
yeah.
That's
so
cool.
what was it like playing it for the first time last weekend?
Yeah, pretty fun. Yeah, we played for the first time in Germany.
Yeah, in München.
And
then you can already tell like everybody is following DEFCON. Everybody knows, and even if they don't know the song, they will sing along to the words DEFCON 1. That's just crazy to see, and something that we didn't know was so big until now, because of course we never did the anthem before, and to see how it affects the people, it's mind-blowing.
It was pretty fun to see because they were already singing the melody. I'm like, how is this possible?
It's literally a day before that the video got released. So
it was pretty fun actually to tell the story for the release of DEFCON, and I think they did I think it adds to the magical experience of DEFCON 1, and there's so much work into that release. But we watched it at the Q-Dance office, and they have like a whole almost like a cinema, kind of a small cinema where you can watch big I think releases like that. And I think there were like 40 people or something. But what we didn't know was that a lot of people from Q-Dance, they didn't know we made the anthem.
Oh, really?
So that was pretty fun. So there was like, of course, 20.
But did they hear it?
No, they didn't hear it at
Yeah.
all. So it was also for them the first time that they hear the anthem. But it, of course, the people that we work with. But I thought it was pretty fun of them
Yeah,
to keep it a secret, you know.
you would
And
think that everybody in the QDance
Yeah.
office would know.
yeah, but it was really fun because we were all the way back into the cinema, and we were just. It was such an exciting thing because it finally the words gets out, you know, that we are the anthem makers, and we already knew it for so many months. And yeah, when it got played, whole guys of QDance were like, "Oh yeah, DBSTF!" And we're like, "Oh, we are over here." Hi." So that was pretty fun to see. A pretty intense
Experience.
yeah, a pretty cool experience
So-
to see like instant joy.
The first reaction
Yeah,
to
the first reaction, you don't really see that
often.
often.
You see it online, but you don't
see it in real
really
time, and
no.
people were like, "Hey, oh, this is so awesome!" They're like, "Oh, hey, you guys are here as well!" Like, so that was pretty. It was really really fun to
So-
see.
What's it like to keep it a secret for like a couple of months? And there has been a moment during a dedicated podcast at the QDance studio where bass modulators teased you guys about not having
Yeah, it
done
was-
the DEFCON anthem.
It was so funny because we were in the studio with eLive and bass modulators doing a podcast about Dedicated, and one of the show elements of Dedicated was exclusive. So I kind of teased them and said to them, "So how was your guys exclusive?" And they were like, "Oh, really? Are we going down that road?" And I think I said, "Oh, you didn't have it." I said, "Well, you're only a real legend when you did an exclusive." And then they said, "No, you're only a legend when you did the DEFCON anthem." And we already knew that we were gonna do it. And I was like biting my,
couldn't tell.
Yeah,
I was biting my lip.
uh,
Like, okay, fair enough,
I
fair
said,
enough.
go on. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
Just wait and see 3-4 months later. So I'm
Yeah.
really curious to hear about your exclusive,
Yeah.
guys.
No, it's always fun. We Dutch guys, we always banter each other. It's same with Wild Styles. We always make fun of each other. You know?
Yeah,
It's-
and
sometimes it was so fun with Wild Styles with the Wolf Cry part that other artists are like, "Oh, you're having problems with each other. Are they stealing your melody and all?" Like, no,
it's just a
of course not.
joke.
Just a joke.
Sometimes it's fun to bash each other
Yeah.
a bit. And
Yeah, we
just keep on running it. Like sometimes we don't even talk about it for months, and then I just poke him again.
Yeah,
Why not?
we love poking.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But yeah, also with the anthem, there's some extras in it. Like for example, can you actually say what it says? Like because we wanted to implement Evelyn into the song,
Yeah.
but the only thing I hear is
Yeah, you said, is she singing Stefan?
yeah, Stefan.
No. She's not singing. No, we wanted to have like the first thing. We didn't want to have it that literally, you know, like DEFCON, but she's singing DEFCON. But more like on the background, it has to, yeah. How do you say it? It's more like everybody is coming to DEFCON 1 and you're like, DEFCON. Oh, not really literally, but you're like, are they singing DEFCON? You know, it's a DEFCON, you know,
Yeah.
it's already around the corner, you know. So that's what we really try to implement, a little subtle into the song. So if you listen closely, you can hear DEFCON 1.
Now it can be unheard.
Ah, yeah.
No, you can hear
Stefan.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Stefan.
Stefan won.
Stefan 1.
I won.
Stefan 1.
Yeah, that will be something.
There
if
will
they
be an edit.
rename the event.
Yeah.
Stefan won.
Or if you're sick at DEFCON, it will be Stefan gone.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Oh, sorry, Stefan gone. Yeah. All right, next question.
Let's see. What were the challenges during the production of the anthem?
Well, the challenge is first of all, which we talked about, was to implement the theme. But I think it's always a challenge to. It's impossible to please everybody, but the challenge is to kind of, do it.
Yeah. I think maybe the biggest challenge was the time. Because we only heard it like 4 weeks until we had to go on holidays. So we tried to do as much as possible before we went on holiday. And I think actually it kind of helped going on holiday as well, because it's really strange to make a summer anthem in December. I mean, if you're from Australia, I understand in December it's your summer, but here it's like freaking cold and there's no sun. The days are dark. And then to create a festival anthem is quite challenging. So we went on holiday to the sun. And after we came back from holiday, we spent a whole week in the studio to do the last bits of the anthem. And it really helped us getting that summer feeling into the song.
Yeah.
But other than that, you don't really focus on the challenges. You just enjoy making music, have the honor to do the anthem, and make something cool like we always do. Like, we're not going to really think about, people might think this or people do this. No, we just want to create our DEFCON feeling and create an anthem and then, just see from there. I think pretty much it wasn't that scary to see the comments, because the comments normally are always not that good, especially the last couple of years.
For DEFCON.
And in the end, people will love the anthem regardless. So it's a cool thing that people now really seem to like the song. But maybe in 2 months they say, "Oh, it's such a shit anthem." You can't really focus on what people think. You can just do your best and make something we like, because it's our anthem. And then hope the people will embrace it as their anthem as well.
Embrace it and love it. It's out of our hands. And we did our best. And of course, it's impossible to please everybody. But it's.
But I'm happy we have this podcast actually, because we can also give some meaning to why we make certain decisions, why we do things like we do. Because some people were saying like, the first part sounds a bit simple. But it's intended to be sounding like that,
But the thing is, it isn't that, well, the melody is kind of simple, but if you listen, I'm going technical right now, but
that's a big problem. Like, many people don't listen that technically.
But the progression underneath the melody follows the same pattern, but the progression, it's a different progression towards the end than in the beginning of the melody. So it's changing a bit, so that makes it a little bit different. I always try to implement those kind of tricks to, for example, to finish on the same note as you start with. So it really tells a story and then goes back, And in the second melody, it follows kind of the same pattern, but totally different chords, totally different progression. And
the people can hear
the triplet thing was something you had in mind, right?
The triplets was, of course, really a decision, because we wanted to get back to that primal feeling. It was really big back in the days, but nowadays not many artists do a lot of triplets in their melodies.
The triplet, for everybody who's listening, it's more like if you listen to most of our songs, it's like straight. So it's a triplet is like da 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 da, and a triplet is like da 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 da.
Hey, you said both the times you said triplet. But the
sorry.
first one is straight.
The first one is straight. Like, that's straight. It's like, triplets is.
You get that, like, that primal feeling of hardstyle. And that, to implement that in the melody, I think that refers back to the older anthems of DEFCON, and we really wanted to bring that back. But like people say, like, the first melody sounds a bit simple, and although it isn't, we really wanted that, because like we said, we want the people to remember the melody, sing along to it, go crazy on it. So it's also a decision, and that's something that we can explain here better than in like an Instagram post or a social media post, like saying, we try to do that, and then no one listens more or looks beneath that. What's our reason? And here people will really know our reasons.
It's almost the same for DEFCON itself. When we talked with Jonas, the the one of
Creative
the
director.
is the creative director of Q-Dance and the founder as well. And he said, yeah, we always try to make something different at DEFCON. You know, something completely different for a stage. But if we do that, people will complain, it's not DEFCON anymore. So it's always a thin line between
something new,
something
recognizable,
and what people will expect.
Yeah.
And also for an anthem, the only thing Q-Dance said was like, don't try to invent the wheel. You know?
No, but it's cool. It's cool that you go into this direction because they also said to us, maybe it's a cool idea to do the anthem with Evelyn, and we said like, no, let's not do that. Let's just like maybe take away the tribe and the warrior kind of feeling, but let's please keep the DEFCON 1 vocals, because if we're going too much out of the direction where it has been going for the last couple of years, then it would also maybe be too much. But it could definitely happen that in the next coming years, something like that would happen. That they, for example, only take the DEFCON 1 voice for the actual words saying DEFCON 1, but they will change up the rest. Yeah. But it has to grow naturally. Right. And now they, for us, it felt like we would take too much away from the original DEFCON 1 anthems. So we took out most of the warrior kind of stuff.
But the funny part is like the voice of DEFCON, and normally it's like DEFCON 1, and now he made it a little bit darker because it was a kind of a more, well, I won't say harder track, but it's got a lot of energy, and they wanted to have like a little bit tougher kind of voice, so he lowered his voice a bit. So that was pretty cool. But for people who are asking like, do they have a lot of influence? They basically said, well, do your thing, guys, with the anthem. And we send it like, we think this and we think that. But anyways, sounds good. So if you guys have something, and then we made a new version like, oh, for us, it's already fine. And we're like, oh, we're hearing that and that and that. Like, oh, it's fine by us already. But yeah, do whatever, you know. So they were actually pretty easy. Yeah.
So if we're talking about the certain elements in the track, of course, the kick in the mid intro is kind of different than most kicks. Yeah. In my personal opinion, it's something maybe can be called like a modern day reverse thing. Yeah. How did you came up with the idea of the mid intro?
Yeah, the idea of the mid intro, the basic idea was to have that primal energy feeling, you know, something different that really gets that whoa. And we kind of have the same kick in Lake of Fire, but it sounds kind of the same, but it isn't. But we were really happy with that kick bass kind of thing. But also the difference is triplets again. If you listen to Lake of Fire, it's a straight kick. It's do, and this one is do. So it's got a more bouncy feeling. It's not something that you really have inside your head. Like we want to have that feeling. It basically happens. Yeah, it's just sitting.
Yeah, you're just creating elements like for vibes and for breaks and all these different sounds, and then you just come up with an idea, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe we'll try this to work that out into a sound or work it out into like a mid intro. Then that just happens naturally, I guess. It's not like you were sitting at home thinking like, maybe I should do that would be really weird. Maybe when he was dialing a number like no, but it's something like that just happens, you know. You're just trying to create sounds and vibes.
What is really important, I think, in our tracks is that every element comes back. You know, the elements in the mid intro, they are coming back into the climax and vice versa. And so that's so it really becomes a story. So it's not just the mid intro with the kick and bass and then the melody starts. You know, I hate that shit. So it really has to tell a story. And you can tell like before we did the mid intro, we already had that. We said, yeah, maybe we can distort that sound into the mid intro. And when it first drops, it's less distorted than the second drop already, you know, and then we can implement, and it goes through the first build up into the drop, and then it goes back into the melody and break, you know. So it really is a thing that goes
implemented
on. Yeah.
Throughout the track.
Yeah, through the whole track. But it's more like, you're just working with sounds that you have, and you're like, this can really fit well. And I hope that answers your answer. I don't know who the question
answers your answer.
All right, next one.
Well, of course, maybe it's still fun to talk a bit about the gathering set of last year, because of course this year you will do another gathering set. But what will be the difference between the one of last year?
Better prepared.
This year?
Well, it wasn't bad preparation.
No,
it was just that my laptop got stolen 3 weeks in advance, and then the SD got messed up with the old backup and the new additions to Rekordbox. It wasn't something that.
Sometimes it happens. You know,
it's just weird. Like stuff with electric machines. You know, sometimes they do really weird stuff, and you can only figure it out by actually undergoing it, and then you just hope that it doesn't happen on DEFCON. But it did last year, and it was a bit of a hell for us to write that hour out. But in the end, it all worked out, and like we found a way to come to a solution. To a solution. But let's just hope my laptop doesn't get stolen 2 weeks before DEFCON, and then no. But like if something like that would happen, then for sure you're gonna just renew your SD cards, because now you know. But until then, we didn't know that this would happen when.
And we talked to so many colleagues, but nobody experienced this ever.
No, but also many colleagues said like, okay, I had this. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Is that something that can happen as well? And then they said, yeah, I had this. What? Okay, so it's just mechanics, you know, like stuff. They do crazy things sometimes.
The sound can fall off and goes out. Sometimes on the festival it happens. It happens with the tweakers on Climax as well. It was their live act. Oh, hopefully not. It can happen with Ghost Stories. Can happen every time, you know. But it's out of
the
our
cool
hands.
thing is that when it happens with Ghost Stories, we can just blame the ghosts.
Yeah, we blame the ghosts, or just let Evelyn sing a cappella or something. Well, you do your Evelyn.
Big karaoke.
Let's go.
Do a big karaoke. That will be a big ghost karaoke. Will be fun, and she can do a little dance. And, but I think hopefully the biggest difference is we're gonna enjoy it on the spot.
Yeah,
more.
because last year it was like going through hell. Like the whole hour we were just working on how to fix this, and you didn't enjoy the moment of playing such an insane set at the gathering. And
you can tell that the energy was insane, that the tent was so packed that nobody could get in. And it was so packed, and the people were screaming, and some we always tell, like, you can tell if Villain is having a good time on stage, you know you're doing something right, you know, because he sees everything. He sees every DJ, he sees every set, and he sees the crowd.
He's reading the crowd.
And when you see MC Villain is like, doing like that, we're like, oh, we're doing something right. But we were in such a different mind. We're like, oh, we have to face
troubleshooting at the moment.
Troubleshooting. And Villain was going by, oh shit, it's crazy with all that energy. And but it was so strange, that feeling. But afterwards, when we watched the set, we were like, holy shit, it was insane. So hopefully the biggest difference is everything goes right, and and of course we're gonna open it. So that's the first thing people will see. It's us. I'm sorry, guys. It's the first thing you're gonna see.
They'll probably just stay in their tents for another hour.
Oh, they're beginning with the broadcast. So yeah, we're gonna kick it off.
Yeah. And what
Yeah.
about the Ghost Story show? Of course, it's the first DEFCON for Ghost Stories.
Yeah.
And even the first Q-Dance show with Ghost Stories.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Um,
working hard on it. Like I say, but because April, May is already
Packed.
yeah, we're not at home.
No.
So we don't have any more time. And so we're working right now to already for Ghost Story. So we kind of have to finish the new tracks in a month. So that's a bit of a challenge. But yeah, it's cool to work with Q-Dance because I think they know how to make a show.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, Ghost Stories is the whole life experience, including visuals. But as many of you know, the DEFCON 1 main stage doesn't have that much LED screens. So I didn't see the stage yet, but I'm just hoping they put at least a couple of them in.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then a lot has to be replaced with lights. And yeah, many of you saw the Sunday end show last year with Darkest Hour. Like, the things that Q-Dance can do with light is unbelievable. So I think when the whole Ghost Story set will be synced with all the lights and everything, it's gonna be a sick show regardless.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the addition of Evelyn singing live on such a big stage with such a big crowd,
Yeah.
and also with songs that are really popular at the moment. I mean, many of the Ghost Story songs are
I think it will be crazy too for Evelyn.
Yeah.
She's probably really terrified and excited at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for her it's and it's also pretty hard because you have to do a sound check, and it's what we talked about before with when we were with Evelyn in the podcast is you do a sound check, but there are no people in the crowd. So
It sounds really different.
it sounds so different. So the sound is not that loud, and you've got in-ears for her, and she hears her own voice and she hears the music. So when you sing, like, for her, it's really easy to sing if it's just like in this setting and just sing a Ghost Stories track. It's pretty easy. You can nail it right away, your timing. But it's so different when you're on stage. That's also why you sometimes hear Adele at the Oscars and you're like, oh, that's so off key. And that's not that she can't sing, but you have so much noise, background noise, and your sound isn't right. That's why sometimes you see singers and they start and they're like inside their ear, like, shit, I don't hear it.
Try to put the volume up on the
so
back.
That's really a really important thing for us to do a really good sound check, but it's always kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit comparable with like a room in a house being empty, and then after some furnishing,
it sounds completely different.
Sounds really different.
Sounds completely different, and you have to trust that. For example, I think we're gonna do a sound check on Thursday now because the festival, it's a day.
It starts on Friday.
It starts on Friday already. So,
but you can also do a sound check on the Friday.
Yeah, maybe on Friday
because the main stage not open. So
maybe we're gonna do a sound check on Friday, but on Saturday we're not going to do. And Sunday, obviously, the stage is open, and we're not gonna do a sound check on 7 a.m. in the morning. So, but you have to hope that all the settings that are, put there
being
prepared are still the same. Lots of times they are. And you do the in-ears and
everything is different.
Everything is different. So it's there are so many factors that are really exciting.
Also one of the reasons why we keep it this exclusive, because it's so nerve-wracking to do a show like this compared to a DBSTF set where we, like, 99 out of 100 times don't experience any difficulties with technique or something.
No.
Apart from DEFCON last year, of course.
Yeah.
But then it's just quite easy, like, plug in your SDs and put your headphone in.
It's the same with when we did Ghost Stories at Intense Festival. We have a system that if we play a song of our live act, then instantly there's like a cable towards the front of house. Front of house is where all the light jockey and the VJ and the sound engineers are. they can monitor the track. And if you have the track processed before the set, you can just sync the lights, sync the fireworks, sync everything when you play it live. But at Intense, for example, the cable got put out, or so nothing comes in. And he was like, oh, we have to do it just by hand,
Yeah.
And it isn't that sync
as you want it
to be. Nobody saw it. So the guy did a good job doing it live. But there are always things that can happen. But we have to prepare. That's why we really have to prepare before. Yeah.
There's many variables that you don't have when you just play a normal set.
Yeah.
But that also makes it a lot more interesting and special if it works out, like if everything comes together, it's like insane. Like, for example, the reverse set that we did with Ghost Stories, like everything went so smooth.
Yeah.
And then people are so mind blown by the show. And we can only hope that everything will work out right on DEFQON.
Yeah, for you as an experienced act, it gives another new dimension, I guess, being on stage during a set, of course.
Yeah,
after
of
15
course.
years, you know how to play, but this is an all other thing.
Yeah, it's a lot more live than a normal live act or a set. You know, like there's so many varieties that have to come together to make it perfect, and you're also really specific about some stuff. Like even if a small minor thing goes wrong, then you still have to overcome that, like. Disappointment of like, oh wow, this didn't go as planned, because many of the fans in the hall don't really know what to expect, so they love most of the things they see, unless it's really really bad, like
sound goes,
or when Evelyn would sing off key, then many people would know. But most of the things, you only know yourself, so you have to get over that point of being disappointed and just keep on continuing the show. But sometimes that's so hard. It's also like an inner battle of like accepting and letting go.
We're our biggest critics,
Yeah, so perfectionists.
Yeah,
and that sometimes gets in your way, but you don't have to.
We never get nervous anymore for a show when we play, because we do it for so many years, and I'm always excited. Except for Ghost Stories, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and there's gonna be 65,000 people, so that will probably be something else.
That will be at the festival, but a lot more people will watch it afterwards. That's another question, by the way. It will be live stream.
Yeah,
not sure yet.
Don't know yet, but chances are big it will be. We're always a bit. Holding it back, because it's such a special live act, and you don't want to.
You really want to see it live to really experience that.
Yeah, but Q Dance they really know how to pull it off to get that feeling as well at home. So we didn't give a handshake on it, but there are chances that we will live stream it or upload the set after.
And the thing is, like. A live show like that takes so much time to prepare, for new tracks, new edits,
new visuals.
There are no visuals probably at DEFQON, but we're still gonna make
show
those
effects, of course. Yeah,
and it takes so much time that we can't like change the live act if we do another show later on the year, for example. It's impossible. We don't have the time for it, and it's so much work. And my sister, she has to
do the vocals,
practice and do repetitions and all. So if you release the live set, it's like, oh, I've already seen it. And if you do it another time and it's exactly the same, then you get, I don't know, maybe it's better to just experience it once and experience it twice instead of just listen to it for.
People are gonna look back to the set and like over and over repeating it, and on one hand it's really good for the brand Ghost Stories, I think, because it's such a special act that when people see it, I think they really get the feeling of, oh, I really want to experience this live.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if we come to your city or to your country and do the pretty much the same show or a little bit different, then you feel almost like, oh, I already saw this show. So yeah, we're a bit in between, but chances are we will release it, and because the experience is different with the visuals as well.
Yeah. So that's a huge difference. So if you look at the set at DEFCON, it will be lots of show fireworks and all, but if you really want to see it indoors with all the visuals, it's going to be completely different experience. I think it really, really adds up to the live act. So
we got a off-topic question by the guys of Sick Individuals. What's your favorite beer?
Favorite beer?
Corona, maybe.
Corona.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Okay.
Mine is acai beer.
Acai beer is a really, really nice Asian beer. But it's not the beer that I drink the most. It's basically I like kind of every beer. So,
you had him at beer.
Yeah. What's your favorite beer?
Drink.
Beer.
What's your favorite drink?
Yeah. What's your favorite drink? Beer. Yeah. At home, I always have Heineken, but I like Jupiler in Holland. But yeah, I don't really care.
#ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink that many beer. But if I'm at an Asian restaurant or something and they have acai, I like a glass of acai beer, but I'm not a big beer drinker.
Diederik compensates.
Yeah. I'm beer neutral, and he's like the
ambassador of
ambassador
in general.
Beer ambassador. My last name should have been Beer instead of Baker. Brewer.
Diederik Brewer.
Yeah.
Of Brouwer.
Die Beer.
Yeah, actually, one of our friends' his last name is Brouwer.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. So another question. What do you think about the fact so many people were asking for DBSTF and DEFCON anthem?
Yeah,
that's of course mind blowing, crazy. I haven't seen it, I think, ever that so many people were. I mean, it's also easier because many of the artists already did one.
Yeah.
But to see so many people saying like it has to be DBS, I even saw people like we're gonna rant on Q-Dance if they don't put DBSTF and DEFCON as anthem makers. We were like, okay, wow, people really want us to do the anthem. And then, of course, in the weeks before the release, people were asking us like, are you making the anthem? And we were like, we wish. And then people even thought like, okay, normally when we ask something and they don't respond, then we know that they're doing it.
That's
and,
a possibility.
And we also knew that. So that's why we said, we wish, or never in a million years. But yeah, we already knew, of course. Yeah. And then people were thinking like, okay, they said, we wish, maybe they're going to do a Ghost Stories anthem. And we're like, wow, okay, people have so many conspiracies. It's crazy. Yeah. But it's so cool that people want us to do the anthem, and I'm happy we could deliver.
Yeah. So too.
Okay, well, I think a lot of questions are already answered.
Yeah, I think so too.
Before asking the questions, because you
you
know what the people...
We talk a lot.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, maybe it's cool to...
Yeah, well, tonight it's going to be the release of the
video, and then on Friday on Spotify.
Yeah.
I already put the premiere link of the video clip in the description of this live stream, and also the pre-save for Spotify is also in the description.
Yeah, so pre-save it already.
Yeah. And then we'll probably watch the premiere as well tonight.
Yeah.
We might even be in the chat box.
Yeah. So you want to chat with us? Come to the chat box.
Well, I think we should just wrap it up for now and just enjoy the moment of being the DEFCON.1 Anthem creators of 2020.
Yeah, well, thank you guys all so much for all the comments and all the love for the DEFCON Anthem. And yeah, we really can't wait for DEFCON itself. And don't forget to comment if you want to win those awesome merch.
Go to
Moody's.
YouTube and comment underneath the video why you want to win it or what you think of the anthem. Anything would work. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will pick the winners later. Rens will pick the winners later.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll ship some cool items to you. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for watching another episode of Music Made Addictz.
Yeah.
Next month we already have a cool cast.
Can we tell? Yeah, I think so, right?
Is it
Rens?
like
It's
always a bit scary to tell because
90%.
99%. But
Well,
yeah, you
otherwise we riot. We're just gonna tell it, and there's no turn.
there's no turning back
Well,
anymore.
Maybe people can
Well, all right.
guess.
Yeah, maybe you can guess. It's he's bringing out a new album.
No,
No, that's the other one.
no.
Oh, that's the other one.
Oh.
Oh,
Shame on you. Shame on you.
oh,
Oh, now you're already spoiling 2 months.
oh.
But yeah, the guy or the guys or that is coming in March had something to do with DEFCON before. That's all I'm gonna say. Then it is still quite right, but maybe you can also put your favorite artist in the comments that you would want to see.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna.
yeah,
spam
we'll let
them.
you know soon if everything is 100% confirmed. But it's always a bit scary. If we tell you, then we don't want to disappoint you.
Yeah.
But the cast is gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
See you
All right.
guys soon.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Music Made